and it's Andrea Monizza, the coxswain for the Italians. Well, these boats take some moving, Dan.
Well, they do indeed. It's been downgraded, obviously, since the great Abagnale brothers used to dominate this event, right up until 1992, until they were beaten there by the Searle brothers. But here we have the strong men of the rowing world, the big, powerful men of the rowing world. And here with Spain, host country here, being represented by Rubio and González Rojas.
Yeah, they're both from Barcelona. The coxswain Yuri from Banyoles, but the Romanians, well, they're expected to figure here in the medals because they've got terrific experience.
Yeah, they're very good, but they're doubling up. They're doing the 8 as well, and the 8 world champions last year. The 8 didn't qualify for the final, so here this is their last chance to make a mark.
Australia in the pack, but there's the very interesting Robert Yarling, silver medalist in the Australian 8 in Sydney, behind Great Britain, of course, and also son of the famous Harold Yarling, who won a gold medal in this particular boat class for the German Democratic Republic back in 1976, and these days is responsible for the Australian women's squad. But it is the two huge Germans, Dan, who've got the early call.
Yes, they're rowing very nicely. They're sitting there at 34 strokes a minute, about half a length up on the field, and moving very sweetly indeed. Big men. Don't have to do a lot here. They're just moving the boat nicely. Water's quite good at the moment, so the boat is running very nicely.
First quarter, and you can see how close it is between the first three. The United States not out of it either. These two men in picture now, well, they got bronze medals a year ago in the coxed fours, and they've been joined by Andreas Gattermann Muller in his first World Championship as coxswain. Just 19 years of age. You can't really see him because he's lying down in the bow of the boat. And a lot of people, Dan, wonder why you actually need him. Or indeed need the coxswains.
Well, you don't, really. It's a different class of boat. The coxless boat is a much faster boat, and it's done without a cox. But you remember that Great Britain attempted both events last year and won them both by a whisker each time. United States here moving very well. United States don't have a big reputation in small boats, although they did win this event 5 years ago. But here moving very well indeed. Italy, on the other hand, have got a fantastic reputation in coxed four rowing. They sit low in the boat, they drive the legs, and this, for the Abagnale brothers, who reigned supreme right through the 80s, these people are inheriting very much a great tradition. Valerio Massimo and Francesca Gabrieli with cox Andrea Monizza.
Yes, indeed, Italy, the most successful country in this particular boat class, having notched up 7 individual victories in the men's cox pairs. But Germany just extending their advantage at the moment, Dan.
Germany are at only 33.5 strokes a minute. They're moving very easily. Behind them, Australia trying to push up there alongside the Romanians. They're at 37 strokes a minute. So you can see the difference there. Very much in control, Germany. And Germany very much back since their very poor showing up to the Olympics, where they failed to qualify an 8 and a 4. Here they are now, very much in a dominant position and winning pretty well wherever they go at these World Championships. They're having a very good season.
Yes, I think the Spanish, we have to say, and the Italians are out of this. It's between Germany, the United States, Austria and Romania, Australia, I should say, and Romania for the medals. And Germany looking very solid at the moment. No one's quicker than this combination out on the water at the moment. And you can see the clear water there being extended. Now in this second half of the race, the Americans beginning to make a bit of progress. They've been at the back. They were 4th place at the half distance, just beginning to move now with the Australians, and the Romanians, I think, soon to come under real pressure now, Dan.
Yes, I think they row well, the Australian pair, but I'm not sure how prepared they are for this event. The United States working with a very strong team under Mike Tatey at Princeton in America. They will be very fit. They're very used to racing, and this is a sort of a boat that they really do well in. And here they are moving up level now with the Australians, pressing the 2nd place Romanians on the far side, who, with all their experience, are finding the going pretty tough.
Yeah, Ted Nash is the man who's been deputed by Mike Tatey to look after the Americans, and he's going to be pleased with what he sees because they really are just about into second place, but they've got an awful lot of work to do if they want to close on the Germans. 500 metres to go now, and Germany still the fastest movers. Oh, it's very close between Australia and the United States, and indeed Romania still there, then the Spanish, and well out of it at the moment are the Italians. But the Germans striding away with this. They've been very impressive. 1:40.09, 1:42.31, 1:42.24 for the third quarter, but it's the Americans. Dana Schmonk there in the stroke seat, the man who's got well, he's got an ambition to go and visit every one of the United States. That's one thing he wants to do, but just at the moment he'll be focusing on making sure that he gets a medal, because he didn't get a medal last year.
The United States have gone up to 36 strokes a minute, and they've gone right past Australia, half a length now, and Germany really unfussed here. They're still at 35 strokes, 34.5 strokes a minute, 3 lengths up nearly, and just cruising home.
The Romanians, Dan, must be very concerned. As you said, their 8 hasn't qualified for the final, and now 3 very experienced men are losing the battle for a medal here in the final of the men's cox pairs. But this is a superb margin that the Germans have pulled out here. It's not going to be another world best time, but it is a pretty impressive victory. And Peter Berger, the man who's looked after the preparation of this German cox 4, well, he's going to have a big smile on his face when he greets his men, because they are not going to be caught. Look at them, Dad. They're taking it in. They're enjoying it. They're just having a little smile here. This is when it really hurts, and they're able to have a little smile.
Well, the Americans were at 44 strokes a minute coming into that last bit there, but couldn't make any impression on Germany, who are worthy winners, with Australia in third place. And Harold Yarling will be very pleased to see his son pulling in a bronze medal there. Then we have, we'll have good races.
So first World Championship gold medals for these 3. Anita de France, Vice President of the International Rowing Federation, doing the honours. Lars Krisch, Andrea Werner and Andreas Gattermann-Müller. They are big, aren't they, Dan?
They're huge men. Yeah, but you have to be very, very big as well to be to row that cox pair event. It's a big man's event, and they certainly do meet all the requirements for that.